Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we are back with the final of these brand new Jurassic Justin / Caldera collectibles, super articulated Jurassic World style Allosaurus figures. It's been a little bit of a road to get to this point, as there have been 5 different variants of this Allosaurus altogether, which is amazing to me. Super cool of Jurassic Justin to offer so many different options as far as, acquiring this Allosaurus. If you don't want it in the classic Jurassic World colors, you can purchase it in a number of different colors, and obviously this is the one I saved for last because this is the one that I would say is probably my personal favorite, as we have again the Lost World variant. And just like with the others, you can see you have the 1/18th scale version and 1/32nd scale version. So let's jump to a closer look and we'll check it out from there. So, just like with the others, the figure as a whole is exactly the same sculpt-wise as the previously released versions. The only difference here, of course, would be the coloration, the paint apps. So that's what we need to go over today, because we have already very thoroughly reviewed the sculpt of this in the original Battle at Big Rock variant of this. So starting up here at the head sculpt, you can see we've got some very, very appealing tones of color, giving this almost like a tiger striped sort of a look, similar to like the Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptors, if you ask me, because again, it has like those really nice orangish tones, and then of course the striping and stuff moving through. But you can see here in the face, you basically have like some orangish tones, kind of more vibrant orange tones, moving up and over the top of the snout, and then you've got lighter tones here on the lower jaw, kind of like yellowish tones that have been highlighted with a very nice dry brushing. Same deal up here though. Again, he always does a great job of making sure the detail on his figures pops really realistically. You can see a striping effect moving over the snout as well. We do have a darker tone for the crests as we move up, kind of like a very dark, like a dark brownish tone, I would say, and that kind of leads down into the eye socket area. And again, you can see the eye looks great with those resin eyes. We've got some nice variations of yellows in there, and a black pupil, as well as a gorgeous gloss coat, making it shine very nice and realistically. Of course, the jaw articulates, as most parts of this Allosaurus do, but you can see the inside of the mouth does have a nice pinkish tone, and you can see, if you get nice and close, there's like a dry brushing of a different tone of color over the pinkish tones, just to add a little extra variation of color. You have a purple tongue on the inside of the mouth of this Allosaurus, and then again some more pinkish tones in there. The teeth are painted with an off-white bordering on kind of like a light yellow, and again, if you look at the inside of the mouth and pretty much every other area, you can see how unbelievably beautiful the sculpt and paint is on the inside of the mouth of the Allosaurus. As you begin to move back here into the neck, you really pick up some more vibrant oranges, as well as almost like some slight hints of like reddish tones moving along the back of the neck, but mostly really vibrant oranges that kind of lighten as you move down here into the side of the neck. Like, they're not quite as vibrant as what you see up there down here on the side of the neck. And again, you have this very nice patterning, this kind of striping effect that moves down through the course of the neck of the Allosaurus, and that looks absolutely fantastic. The application of that patterning is incredibly smooth and naturalistic, and again, you can see how great of a job Justin has done as far as highlighting each and every scale moving through the course of the body. You can see again the yellowish tones here on the underside of the neck as well, and again, really nice dry brushing bringing that detail out. As we move out into the body a little bit further, you basically continue to see that same style to the coloration. You can see moving up here to the top really how vibrant that paintwork is, those orangish tones. You can even see like some slight yellowish tones kind of creeping through some of the armored scales here on the top of the back of the Allosaurus. And then again, as you move down here into the side, the transition is incredibly smooth down to the lighter orangish tones that we have on the side. And again, the patterning looks really cool. I love how it kind of leads down here and comes down into a point. I think that looks really neat. And again, as you get nice and close, you can see how impressive the actual application of the paintwork on the Allosaurus is, again, as each and every scale is highlighted perfectly. As you move down into the arm, you can see, again, you've got some darker oranges here, lighter oranges here, darker oranges down in the hand, so a good bit of variation of color. You even have lighter tones on the backs of the arms, and again, the transition to that is really smooth. There's a nice dry brushing down over the fingers, down over those scoots on the fingers, and you can see the nails again painted with a very nice gloss glossy black. As you move here to the underside, you can still see, again, really nice, very natural transition to the lighter tones of the underside. Pretty much have the same color moving through the entire underside of the Allosaurus, again with those light yellowish tones the entire way out, until you actually lead out into the tip of the tail, which you can see is pretty much overtaken with the orange and black out there. But as you move back here into the thigh, again, you continue to have those same colors out here, and even like a little hint of like yellowish, like a slightly alternate yellowish tone moving here that's a little bit darker of a yellow than what we see back here, and then again transitioning really nicely to the oranges, and you can see that striping effect moving down through the course of the thigh as well as you lead down into the foot sculpt, pretty similar to the way that the hands are colored, where we have that darker orange moving over the top, over the scoots and stuff, and again the nails painted with a very nice glossy black. And then we lead back up into the tail, and as you lead out through the tail, you continue to have that striping effect as well as the different variations of yellows and oranges, again the entire way out through all of those incredible articulated joints out there to the tip of the tail. And of course, if you turn the Allosaurus around, it's going to look the same on both sides, showing you that the paintwork from Jurassic Justin is very nice and consistent, as I knocked over the Pop Funko version of the baby dinosaur figure over here to my left because the tail is so long I didn't realize it was going to hit it, and it did. But again, as you move through, you see how nice and smooth the patterning is and everything, and how naturalistic the paint apps are. So the 1/18th scale version is gorgeous. And then just for a little reminder, we do have the 1/32nd scale version as well, which is the exact same coloration as the larger version, but now just shrunken down in size drastically. Again, the only difference that I'm really seeing actually would be a slight difference in the patterning. I feel like the patterning has a little bit more striping here moving through the body of this version of the 1/32nd scale Allosaurus, but outside of that, again, everything is going to look pretty much the same between the larger and smaller versions. Again, all the same articulation, all the same paintwork, the same incredible quality through the course of the Allosaurus, just obviously at a much smaller size. And again, it all looks incredibly naturalistic and smooth, even on the smaller Allosaurus, which, you know, you would think is potentially something that would be a little bit harder to paint just because it's a little bit smaller. But as you can see, not the case for Jurassic Justin. The Allosaurus here in 1/32nd scale looks absolutely gorgeous, just like the larger version did. So two absolutely unbelievable Allosaurus, and what I would say is my favorite of the entire line. And then just like with all of the others, you have the same type of base, nice earthy area, very nice realistic tones of color and everything added to it. No real differences between this base and the bases that we've seen on any of the other 4 Allosaurus. Again, through the course of the entire line, if you get the 1/18th scale version, you get this base. If you get the 1/32nd scale version, you don't need a base because it can stand on its own. And then we've got one final shot here to show you all of these Allosaurus together, and look at how crazy that is. That is honestly one of the coolest things ever, to see all 5 Allosaurus together in one shot here. As you can see, there are plenty of options to go with when it comes to this Allosaurus. These are all the 1/18th scale versions, and then of course you have all of the same in 1/32nd scales. So clearly Jurassic Justin has really been quite busy creating one of the absolute most incredible Allosaurus to ever exist, again in 5 different color schemes. So this brand new Jurassic Justin Jurassic World style, but / Lost World style Allosaurus is absolutely gorgeous, just like all of the others have been. And again, actually, maybe even a little bit more gorgeous in my opinion, because as I said, I would say this is probably my favorite out of all of them, because I'm just such a huge fan of that kind of tiger striped look. I always have been. One of the reasons why the Lost World Velociraptors are my favorite from the franchise overall. And to see a kind of similar color scheme on this with that sort of tiger striped look going on with this Allosaurus is just perfection. And it absolutely looks so nice on the Allosaurus. Didn't even realize how good those colors would look on an Allosaurus until actually seeing it here today again with this review. It looks absolutely fantastic in every way. And of course, Jurassic Justin's paintwork is really nice and naturally applied, very smooth transitions, really nice dry brushing techniques to make sure to highlight every ounce of detail throughout. And the tones of color are also really nice, very vibrant, and absolutely pop on the sculpt. And of course, the sculpt itself is as highly detailed of a Jurassic World Allosaurus as you are ever going to find, and is also extremely vibrant, just like the paintwork itself is, and is also about as screen accurate as you'll ever find. Again, it's just like the best interpretation I've seen so far of the Jurassic World Allosaurus. So if you are interested in grabbing this one or any of the others that you have seen in the reviews here on my channel, I will include links in the description to where you can check out Jurassic Justin, of course, on Instagram, as well as make sure you check out his Etsy shop where you can purchase these right now. You can pre-order them. Again, they are up for pre-order now, but once those pre-orders sell out, they're gone. They're gone forever because these figures are officially discontinued from Jurassic Justin. And again, the figures are pretty much discounted as low as they are going to go right now. And again, he'll judge how many he creates by the pre-orders. So if you think, oh, well, I'll just wait and then maybe they'll be cheaper down the road when he tries to clearance them out if nobody gets them, that's not going to happen because they're pre-orders. So he's not going to create them until the pre-orders are actually purchased, and then he'll create them. So however many pre-orders he gets is however many Allosaurus will be created. So if you are interested, make sure you check those links. Absolutely pick up this gorgeous, gorgeous figure. And of course, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.